What's up, everybody? Welcome to Michael's Corner, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in. It means a lot to me.
In Michael's Corner, in Michael's Corner, in Michael's Corner, in Michael's Corner, you can be who you wanna be.
Over the weekend, a video surfaced, or I think early morning on Monday, a video had surfaced of Mexican father in Michigan at a PTA conference because the football team, I think they were experiencing some violent texts and disrespectful and racist texts and comments that were being tweeted and sent to them. So they called the parents in to figure out, what's going on. And I have a clip.
When I went to his bedroom to say goodnight, and he was crying because of the abuse that he was enduring in this school system.
Then why did you stay in Mexico?
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
That's indicative of what these kids are experiencing. That's indicative of what our kids are experiencing. Comments like that. And he's sharing a story right now, and that's indicative of what our kids are experiencing.
When you see people migrate from Mexico or any of the outlying countries that's not the United States, they're obviously coming here for a better opportunity because this is quote unquote the land of opportunity. But what they don't want to tell you in the fine print is that it's the land of opportunity for the white man. So when he asked the question, the room, 80%, 85, 90% of the people in the room were appalled and really, And, at first, when I first watched the video, I was like, oh, okay, he had some type of backup. Most times in these situations where the video surfaces of like some type of racist comment or racist attack, you just see the people holding the phone and basically taking it. In this situation, he had people on his side where he didn't have to come to his own defense. He had people of Black descent. He also had Caucasians saying, you need to leave. That's not right. Blase, skip, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. After I watched the video, because I had watched it a couple times just to kind of really digest what was going on in the system, what it felt like to me was that the people that said something in the video, the Caucasian people, I feel like some of them genuinely had an issue with what he was saying. Like, why would you say that? That's not, appropriate. That's very disrespectful, very distasteful. It's racist. Other Caucasians in the video, I felt if they said anything, they said it because they couldn't believe that he said it out loud in that forum. Meaning that's something, because he's that comfortable saying that in that forum with those many people and that diverse group of people, there's no telling what the hell he's telling his children and letting them grow up thinking, believing, and waiting that at home. There's no telling what's going on. Everyone on the Real panel congratulated everybody for speaking up, which, in those situations, we need to speak up. We need to everybody wants to say we need to have the conversation. After you've had, how many conversations can we have? We've had these conversations for so long. I don't need to sit down and reiterate what slavery is. I don't need to sit down and reiterate what racism is, because he knew exactly what he was doing. Just like Amanda said, he knew exactly what he was doing when he said, well, why didn't you stay in Mexico? Because now you're not including him as us, as an American, but you're including him as an other. And it's just like, well, what does the speaking up do? It makes us aware that we have an issue in the world. Okay. What does speaking up do? They were having the PTA meeting about the football players receiving the racist comments and threats, and then the father decided to stand up. Now, the first question that popped into my head was, if we're trying to dead the situation, okay, and come to some type of resolution to make everyone else's life happy, to make everything copacetic, to make things run smoothly as a school, as a community, as a nation, where were the kids in the conversation? We know what racism is, and we know who caused racism, and where it's stemming from and where it's coming from. Why not bring the kids in? Because the seeds have already been planted by the parents at this point. They are on football teams. They are in high school. They are in elementary school. The seeds of racism and the disdain of liking someone because of the color of their skin, or because they may be genetically better at doing something than you are, has already been planted. So where are the kids at in this situation? Because that would dead the situation before it started. That would cut the ball before the flower grew. Where are the kids at in the situation? In that situation, for me, if I'm calling a parent-teacher conference as to why my kid is receiving, racist comments and threats, piece of the puzzle here, so I can check out of whoever got a problem. And this brings me into Tamara's thought. She loved the fact that everyone had spoken up and had the father's back. I loved it too. But then she also said she liked the fact that they approached him in a calmly manner and handled the situation in a calmly manner. And when Amanda asked her, why was it so important for us to, and Lonnie, why is it so important for us, people of color, black people, whoever, to address these situations in a calmly manner? Tamara's response was, well, we're already seen as the angry black people, or, there are already stereotypes on black people or people of color to respond and act in certain ways. And I don't want to be a part of that. I want to show them that we're better and da-da-da. When she said that, it's like now you're trying to prove to them that what they think about us is not right. I don't give a damn about what you think. What I'm telling you is that you're not going to treat me any different or any less because of the color of my skin, who I decide to pray to, who I'm sleeping with. Like, it's none of your business, okay? So when she's like, I just don't want to perpetuate any black angry stereotypes, I get that to a degree. How many times can we have a conversation about you and your people treating me and my people wrong before we get it? But you turn around and you have a whole documentary on Netflix published, I think probably even winning awards, about somebody torturing a fucking cat online. But when the same respect and dignity is required from somebody for another person of your same species, just with a darker hue of yours, it's a problem. Lonnie's response to it was, we need to ask him, why does he feel like that? Why does he this, that, and the third? And that's what she was saying by calmly approaching the situation, because sometimes our message can be diminished by our actions. And that's just not speaking about black people or people of color. That's just people in general. You can say something and actions speak a lot louder. So if you coming up to somebody and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third, and I'm going to do this, they're not listening to what you're saying. They're trying to make sure that you ain't going to swing, that, they trying to make sure stuff like that. So I agree to a degree you approach the situation with some type of class and decorum intact. But how long am I supposed to hold that and put up a front to make sure that you're okay, or to make sure your ego ain't bruised after you done just disrespected me and my whole lineage? Again, Adrienne had went to say, she was like, well, I wanted to hear him talk so he could see how ridiculous he sound. And now Amanda, feel like me and Amanda have felt the same way about this. I feel like now you're playing with it. Now he said it today. He said it yesterday, and he probably gonna say it tomorrow. And then she raised a question. Why is it that black people or people of color have to always create those spaces or explain why you're wrong and why you're being racist? You know exactly what it is. It's a feeling that you're coming up with to come up with these thoughts, to spew it out of your mouth. This is something that people's grandparents have thought about. These are people grandparents have talked about, parents have talked about, aunts and uncles. Because of slavery and racism, I don't know what's running through my veins as we sit here and speak. But one thing I can tell you, that man that said, hey, why didn't you stay in Mexico? I bet you he can trace lineage back to the back days. So it with him being able to trace that lineage, you don't think that the traditions of racism, you don't think that the sentiments of being better and white supremacy aren't embedded into these people's mind by this point? I'm gonna just head out on that note. hit the comments below. Let me know how y'all felt about the situation. Let me know how y'all felt about just the entire racist remark that the gentleman made, how the situation was handled, how you would have handled it. If you like this video and you want me to keep more of these topics going, just let me know. This is still part of my, I think, like, I'm gonna do like an 8-week sneak peek of what I really want my channel to be like, and this is a part of it. So just let me know if you guys like it, and I thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Michael, and y'all remember, go do everything with love. Don't do anything with hate, spite, negativity, anything. Just do it with love. And until next time, I'll holla.